Alright, let's dive into this because it's a conversation that's been buzzing in the rugby world, and honestly, it's one of those debates that just doesn't get old. We're talking about two of the most electrifying wingers in the game right now, Cheslin Kolbe and Will Jordan. But here's the twist. Former England stars Ben Youngs and Anthony Watson have thrown their hats into the ring, claiming one of these players stands head and shoulders above the rest. So, let's break this down, because personally, I think this is about more than just speed or footwork. It's about what makes a player truly legendary. First off, the hook here is simple. If you had to pick one winger to build your team around, who would it be? Kolbe or Jordan? It's a question that seems straightforward, but the more you dig into it, the more layers you uncover. And what makes this really interesting is how these two players represent almost opposite ends of the winger spectrum. Kolbe is the ultimate utility player, a guy who can do it all: kick, pass, even slot in at fly half if needed. Jordan, on the other hand, is a try-scoring machine, a player who seems to always be in the right place at the right time. So, which one do you value more? The jack of all trades or the master of one? Now, let's talk speed, because that's where this debate often starts. Watson claims Jordan might edge out Kolbe in a straight-line race, and I get it. Jordan's running style is so effortless, it's almost like he's gliding. But here's the thing, speed isn't just about how fast you can run, it's about how you use it. Kolbe's speed is explosive, unpredictable, and paired with footwork that, in my opinion, is unmatched. I mean, Watson didn't hold back when he said Kolbe has the best footwork there's ever been. That's a bold claim, but if you've seen him in action, it's hard to argue. What many people don't realize is that Kolbe's footwork isn't just about beating defenders, it's about creating space where there seems to be none. That's a game changer. But let's not sleep on Jordan. His try-scoring record speaks for itself, and what's fascinating is how he does it. It's not just about speed or strength, it's about anticipation, positioning, and a kind of rugby IQ that's hard to teach. Youngs hit the nail on the head when he said Jordan's ability to score tries is about knowing where the offload is going to come. That's not just skill, that's instinct. And in a sport where split-second decisions can win or lose games, that's invaluable. Here's where it gets really intriguing, though. Kolbe's strike rate is lower than Jordan's, especially at club level. Now, some might see that as a weakness, but I think it's more about the systems they play in. Kolbe's role in the Springboks setup is different from Jordan's in the All Blacks. Kolbe is often the creator, the guy who draws on defenders to open up space for others. Jordan, meanwhile, is the finisher, the guy who capitalizes on those opportunities. So, is one approach better than the other? Personally, I think it's less about who's better and more about who fits your team's style. And then there's Lewis Bealbyrie, the rising star from the north. Watson doesn't think he's on the same level as Kolbe or Jordan yet, and I can see why. Bealbyrie is incredible, no doubt, but he's still developing that all-around game that Kolbe and Jordan have mastered. What this really suggests is that the next few years are going to be fascinating as he continues to grow. Could he surpass both Kolbe and Jordan? Absolutely. But for now, he's still a step behind. If you take a step back and think about it, this debate is bigger than just these three players. It's about the evolution of the winger position. Traditionally, wingers were seen as pure finishers, fast guys who could dot down tries. But modern wingers like Kolbe and Jordan are redefining the role. They're playmakers, creators, and finishers all in one. And that raises a deeper question: what does it mean to be a winger in today's game? Is it enough to be fast, or do you need to be a complete player? In my opinion, the answer is clear: the future belongs to players who can do it all. And that's why Kolbe, despite his lower strike rate, might just edge out Jordan in this debate. His ability to impact the game in so many different ways puts him in a league of his own. But don't get me wrong, Jordan is an absolute beast, and on his day, he's unstoppable. It's just that Kolbe's versatility gives him that extra edge. So, where does that leave us? Well, for me, this isn't just about comparing players, it's about celebrating the diversity of talent in rugby today. Kolbe, Jordan, and Bealbyrie are all incredible in their own ways, and they're pushing the boundaries of what a winger can be. And that's what makes this sport so great. It's always evolving, always surprising us. But here's my final thought. If I had to pick one player to have on my team right now, it would be Cheslin Kolbe. Why? Because in a high-pressure situation, when you need someone to create something out of nothing, he's the guy you want. His footwork, his vision, his sheer unpredictability, it's a combination that's hard to beat. But hey, that's just my take. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Who's your pick and why? Let's keep this debate going, because honestly, that's what makes rugby so fun.